I got in the business in 1976 and with my father. He was in the banking business and decided there wasn't much future in that for him, and he had good business sense and I had some musical ability, so we teamed up and got in the piano business, and that was back in 1976. Our main pride and joy is the service and the time we put into pianos and promoting the finest piano in the world, which is Steinway. We are now the oldest authorized Steinway dealer in the state of Florida. There are only about 60 Steinway dealers in America. The Steinway has very stringent requirements, what it takes to be a Steinway dealer. It isn't all about how many you sell, it's about how you service your customers. And we do our very best. The piano was originally invented by Cristofori. It's called a pianoforte around the year 1700. There's been many changes in the piano since that time, but Steinway is the leader in that they've had over 100 patents that are used in almost every piano today. We have pianos at all levels. We have used pianos that people trade in to get a better instrument that can start for less than $1,000, including tuning, delivery, warranty, that sort of thing. So we have as I'd said before, we have a piano technician who his job is to make sure that every piano is warrantable, used, and especially new, so that every instrument is going to be a good instrument, or as good as it can be. And that's what I'm talking about used, but even in new pianos, they come in many cases needing lots of tweaking to get them to their peak playing ability. There's a lot of wood in a piano, so particularly in the soundboard, and they don't all come in exactly the same just because it's nature we're dealing with. A lot of wood, and the wood at the soundboard is where the strings run over, and that is what determines the tone and the positioning of the strings and many other things. But in all, there are 12,000 parts in a grand piano today. This is a Steinway action model, and this shows the customer how the action actually works. After pressing the key, all of these parts come into play. This part right here represents where the string or strings would be, and this is what's called the damper. Dan is installing a player piano system to a acoustic grand piano that makes it play itself. And it can be retrofittable to virtually any piano, and once it's installed, it can play thousands and thousands of songs wirelessly.
Back in the early 1900s, there was a company called QRS that made the roll player pianos, and they had holes in the rolls, and they used a vacuum motor to make it move the keys. Then they went like the computers. They went to big tapes, small tapes, floppy disk, CD, wireless. Now they're wireless. And so you can use any wireless device on this product. There's no box on the front of the piano anymore. You don't have an ugly thing on there showing you don't even know that it's a player. And there's a library, vast library of songs of just piano only, or piano with accompaniment, or even now piano with Adele or Frank Sinatra singing. So that's what it does, and this is the iPad. It has a free app that you download, and so we can touch this first song here. And this is the piano just playing by itself. Then you have like Frank Sinatra. And this can be added to any piano, worthy piano. And we have them ready to go now, or you can purchase a pre-owned piano from us, and we can install this, as you've seen before, in our warehouse. So, and this one is Sinatra, New York, New York.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it.
Most people who play the piano on a regular basis tell you that they feel like it gives them a real sense of accomplishment. And particular in older adults, it keeps their brain sharp and reestablishes what they could do as they were young and can still do it today, and still learn new songs and new techniques for playing the piano.
These little town blues are melting away. I am gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York.
Oh yeah, I love it. You know, it's always fun getting the most out of these pianos and making people happy with something they'll have the rest of their life in most cases.
It's up to you.